Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Clean Swap workshop by Rethink. Did you know that before 9 a.m., you might have already been exposed to hundreds of chemicals, which include microplastics, that are harming your health today? Let's change that. In this free workshop, you'll learn what three invisible cleaners are hiding in your house, how to protect your family, and how to make your own cleaners and personal care products. Hi, I'm Dr. B, founder and executive director for Rethink Inc. in Terre Haute, Indiana. Our mission is to empower our community to live a healthier, more sustainable life. So, what are those three invisible cleaners hiding in your home? I said you might be exposed to 100 of chemicals before even 9 a.m. There is actually probably a toxic cocktail that you're exposed to. So, raise your hand if you brushed your teeth today. Did you make a coffee or tea? How about a shower? Did you take a shower? Did you smell good? Did you put any deodorant or perfumes? If you did any of these tasks, there is a very good chance that you were exposed to hundreds of toxic chemicals just through your products. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But let me ask you another question. We live in the United States, one of the wealthiest nations on the planet. But are we the healthiest? Just to point out that cancer is the second most common cause of death amongst US children. Our children are getting sicker. The reason I care so much about this issue is that I'm a health professional. I'm a pharmacist. My PhD is in biomedical studies. I'm a biotechnologist. But what concerns me is the human health, and with all the technical advancements and all the expenditure, all the money that we spend on healthcare, which is actually really only the sick care, we are not the healthiest. Even the US life expectancy has lagged behind than many other high income countries in the last few years. So, what are those three invisible killers in your home that I keep talking about? One is plastics, because plastics shed microplastics and nanoplastics amongst other chemicals. Then there are everyday cleaners that you're probably using a lot of those every day, and skincare products. Let's go through them one by one. When we talk about plastics, what are they? Plastics is actually, it can be called a combination of thousands of different chemicals. It's a petroleum product, but the process of making plastic involves a lot of chemical reactions that include a lot of toxic chemicals. They shed microplastics and nanoplastics. When you brush your teeth, there are microplastics bursting in your mouth. When we feed babies formula in those plastic bottles, or when we boil them to disinfect, there are microplastics released in baby formula. It's said that it's been studied that over 660,000 microplastic particles can be found in babies' blood and bodies by their first birthday. They are exposed to that much. Then, laundry. Every time we do laundry, it sheds microplastics, microfibers per load, hundreds of thousands per load. And most wastewater plants can't filter them. As a result of that, plastics are in our air, water, soil, salt, food chain, also in breast milk, human blood, brain, and liver. I'm sure you've heard of the study where they found plastic equal to a credit card's worth in cadavers. So that's how much plastic we are accumulating inside our bodies. Why should we worry about it? Because plastic has chemicals that are endocrine disruptors, means they disrupt hormones, carcinogens, obesogens. I'm not sure if you've heard the term obesogen, means the chemicals that will keep you gaining weight and make it harder to lose weight. They're called obesogens. Impaired reproductive health, digestive system impact, and inflammation, gut health, respiratory injury, lung stress, carcinogens, of course. It's microplastics, nanoplastics, also other chemicals that are released, like phthalates, that are used in making of the plastic. BPA, there is no such plastic as BPA free plastic. So I try to focus more on the solutions than the problems, because I feel like by now we all are pretty much aware of the problem. Even if we are not aware of the extent of the problem, we know that it's a problem. What's the solution? The solution when it comes to plastics is we need to start shifting our focus from recycling to reducing. We have to reduce, 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 because it's not just after the disposal that they become a problem. It's the making of them is also a problem, because it creates a lot of pollution in making of plastics. So we have to shift our focus from recycling to reducing. We should use glass and metal as much as possible. We should not reuse plastic containers. That's something that I thought was being a good steward. You keep reusing it, until I found out that every time we use reuse plastic, there are microplastics released in our food, in our water, in whatever we are storing in the environment. And knowing how bad they are, I don't store in plastics anymore. I do not reuse them. I quickly send them away for recycling. First of all, I try not to buy things in plastic as much as possible, but I know it's not possible 100%. There's a lot of food that only comes in plastic. But if there is an option, you want to buy it in glass or metal containers. Do not reuse containers. Do not use plastic water bottles. Those single use plastic water bottles are extremely dangerous. They release BPA and microplastics in your water. Do not microwave in plastic. No, no, no. There is no BPA free plastic. So that's how we are going to reduce plastic. Invisible killer number two, everyday cleaners. This is a very familiar picture. I'm sure you might have a lot of these chemicals in your house. These cleaners have phthalates, paraben, lead, BPA, dioxin, SLS, PVC, triclosan, oxybenzone, even a lot of chemicals you can't even pronounce. I can't even pronounce, and I have over 20 years of chemistry. They can trigger childhood wheezing and asthma. Imagine having a newborn baby and cleaning with these products and exposing them. These are invisible. That's why they are called invisible cleaners. We can't see them. Our pets are getting impacted by them. A lot of women are getting lung cancer if they're using harsh cleaning products. It's actually worse than smoking cigarettes. A lot of women end up having lung cancer, and a lot of that has been linked to cleaning supplies. Silent killer number three, skincare products. We use a lot of them. We shampoo, we use body wash, we use deodorant, we use creams and lotions and ointments. They might have harmful toxins, including endocrine disruptors that disrupt hormones, Fragrance is an integral part of most of our skincare products. And fragrance, if you read the label, if it just says fragrance, no chemicals listed, it means it can be any of the thousands of undisclosed chemicals. Think about it. If you washed your hair, you came out of the shower and your hair smells good. What does that mean? That means that even after we washed away with water, the chemicals are attached to our hair. That means they are forever chemicals or PFAS. So if they are lingering to your hair, if water can't even wash them, some of it gets washed away and stays with our water. It's in our food supply, it's in our soil. That's why they're called forever chemicals. And a lot of countries have been banning forever chemicals because of their harmful effects. So anything that smells good, you just did a load of laundry, oh, it smells so good. What does that mean? Fragrance, forever chemicals are sticking to your laundry. It may smell good, you may feel good, but it's taking a toll on your health. You may have headaches that doctors can't diagnose. You may end up having cancer. You may end up having other problems that we haven't even figured out are caused by these chemicals. A lot of them have been figured out, but not everything has been assigned to all these chemicals. So we have to be careful and avoid as much as possible. We learn about their effects individually. So plastics are bad. We know there have been thousands and thousands of studies. We know about so many other chemicals, but what has not been studied is the cumulative exposure. A safe dose of one chemical ingredient today is not same as the combined effect of my toothbrush and coffee and perfume and deodorant and shampoo and body wash and laundry detergent and dish detergent and this cleaner and that cleaner. Those studies will never be done because they can't be, because nobody knows how many things we are exposed to and in what combination. So the best thing we can do is avoid and eliminate them. So how do we do that? Read labels. Make your own products when you can, and you can make a lot of products. Buy in all natural, plastic free containers. Read the labels. Ingredients have to be all natural. I don't mean to scare you. I know there's a lot of scary stuff here, and it is something to be scared about, but I would not be doing you a justice if all I gave you was the bad information and no solutions. So here's my solution. I started Zero Waste Store. It's called shopclean.org in Terre Haute, Indiana. Now we can ship all over the country. All you have to do is go there and place an order. You can find over 300 products in plastic free packaging, locally made, zero waste, all natural, all kinds of cleaners, everything you need other than food and clothes you can find there. No electronics, of course. When we do that, one bonus is cleaner environment, less pollution. Second bonus is we will be protecting wildlife because we are making species extinct and we don't have to do that. Let's rethink our health: cleaner, greener, healthier. Now, very quickly, I'm going to talk about what three products you're making today. For laundry powder, this is the formula I came up with. It doesn't have to be the exact same formula, but these are the chemicals or all natural chemicals that will help you do your laundry. Borax is an all natural cleaner, washing soda, natural oxygen bleach, and natural castile soap. You have to grate the soap. Then you have to blend it with some dry powder to make it to really, really fine. So this combination includes a pH balancing formula because it has acidic cleaner, it has oxygen bleach natural, it has washing soda, which is alkaline. The combination works really well to wash your laundry, and you'll see how easy it is to make today. For your tooth powder, I talked a little bit about toothbrush. I didn't talk about toothpaste. When you read the label of your toothpaste, you'll see there is artificial sweeteners, saccharin, aspartame. Why do we need that? Our mouth absorbs whatever we put in it, right? Let me quickly give you an example. When someone has heart pain, chest pain, you may have seen those nitroglycerin, very tiny pills put under the tongue. Why? Because the fastest mode of absorption is sublingual in your oral cavity, right, in your mouth. When you are putting chemicals like soap, SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, which is what makes foam, to brush your teeth, artificial sweeteners, colors, preservatives, parabens, they are getting absorbed in our body, and we really don't need that. You can make an easy powder. All you need is a little abrasive action. You have bentonite clay, which absorbs toxins in your mouth, baking soda, which is a really great cleaner, and calcium carbonate. You can also add essential oils. You can add charcoal powder, a little bit of that, which is a whitener if you would like. You can have stevia if you need for your tooth powder to be sweet. I personally like my tooth powder salty or a little spicy because I add some clove powder. You can play with the formula if you want. It doesn't have to be, it's not like baking a cake, where even baking a cake you can mess with the recipe a little bit, and everybody does it differently. There is no right or wrong. You cannot go wrong by making your own tooth powder that you will be making today. You can also make your room fresheners, your for your bathrooms, for your bedrooms, for your pillows. All you need is water, some kind of solvent like witch hazel or isopropyl alcohol or vodka or whiskey, whatever alcohol you have. For a 2 ounce bottle, you need 1.5 ounce of water, distilled water, filtered water, even tap water, half ounce of witch hazel or isopropyl alcohol, and some essential oils according to this formula. Again, this is not very rigid. You can add a little more essential oil, you can add a little less essential oil, you can play with it. My goal is to empower you, give you an example of how you can take control of your life and make your own products and save money. Finally, I want to invite you to join me in my community of eco empowered circle. I'm a pharmacist, I'm a health nerd, I'm a researcher. I give away recipes every week. Join my newsletter. Go to the website, join the newsletter. Every week, I send useful information, health tips, sustainability tips, money saving, making your products, recipes. Find me on Facebook, Busy Dr. B, Instagram, Dr. B Health. I'm on TikTok, Dr. B Health. Connect me and let's empower ourselves to break free from corporates, make our products, and live healthier, more sustainable, cleaner life, and give our children a chance to live in a healthier home. Wish you all the best.